Okay, gang, whenever I'm done with your papers and making comments on them, I'll be sharing them back with you. So when you want to fix your papers, get your rubric out, what you want to do then is you want to go to your Google Drive. I've already logged into mine. Here's a picture of me and my daughter. Then you're going to click on Incoming. Notice that you've got something from Chris Daniels. I'm going to use Mr. Bradfield's paper here, so we're just going to go ahead and open that. If your comments are not showing up, you can click on Comments. Now, this is not obviously the most helpful, so what you want to do is you want to go to File, see Revision History. You're going to want to go back to the time when your teacher, that'd be me, Mr. Daniels, edited your paper. It should allow you to see all of the things that I have inked out and or changed. So then that'll allow you to make some formatting changes. So I'm going to click on it. It should darken the highlight. When I click on the comment, it tells me this comment goes with this part of the paper. This is what needs to be corrected. So if I'm the student, one of the things that's really great about Google is when you put something in quotation marks, it will search for exactly that on the internet. So I'm going to highlight this. I'm going to hit Control C. I'm going to go to Google. I'm going to hit Control V, enter for search, and here it is, to deny their human rights. This is Mr. Bradfield's quote. So let's click on it. Here it is right here. To deny Nelson Mandela. Okay, Mandela quotes. The other thing that's really great about Citation Machine or Brainy Quote is that they give you the citation right down here. So click on the citation. Nelson Mandela, brainyquote.com, yada yada yada. There's the information. So I'm going to highlight this information. So I'm going to triple click, Control C. I want to go back to my paper. And now I know that obviously Brainy Quote doesn't go here, because if I was to go down to my Works Cited page, I also see Mandela Quote is not on this page. I'm going to want to add the Mandela Quote here. So I'm going to go Control V, put in the whole citation. Needs to be formatted correctly. So I'm going to put my cursor here, I'm going to backspace, I'm going to enter, I'm going to tab, telling the computer that this is a new paragraph right here. Read more at. So this actually you don't need. You can get rid of this. So here's the citation for the Nelson Mandela. And I know that my parenthetical needs to reference me to the correct location on the Works Cited page. So I'm going to go back up into my parenthetical. I'm going to get rid of Brainy Quote, and I'm going to add
Mandela. That will take me right to it. In the reply section, I'm going to type, Mr. Daniels, I understand the correction here. Nelson Mandela will reference me to the Works Cited page, and I know I need a citation in both locations. So,
when you're looking to make corrections, those are some of the things that we're going to want to do here. Click Reply. Alright, so back down here to this bottom quote on the citations page, you're going to click on it, and then you're going to reply.
I have added the full citation to the Works Cited page.
Semicolon, Control V, boom, there it is. And we're going to take this read more off because we don't need the read more, and we're going to hit reply. So that takes care of the whole thing. So essentially what you get is 2 quotes for 1. This is how you make changes in the future on your paper. When you're done making the changes, you're going to click on share, and you are going to share it back with me. This sends me an email and simply puts this back on my to-do list, danielc@ksdr1.net. and then click send. If you have any questions about this, please let me know. Friday will be reserved for making changes on your papers. Okay, looking at some other examples of how to fix things. Up here, if you click on this top comment, what you see, Athens, a landlocked city-state, was about the size of Rhode Island. The Roman Republic was huge. This is a great quote. This helps set the stage and compare the two. But the problem is that it does not have a frame. So be sure to include a frame. A quote should not be an entire sentence. That is the comment. And then it highlights this section. This is where some changes need to be made. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my cursor here, and the DBQ project background essay. Obviously this is where this information comes from. So what we're going to say is 2 very different empires, comma. Athens a landlocked. So here is the frame. Now in the reply, all I'll need to do is Control C, click on the comment. I'm going to Control V in the reply and put I have added this, comma, as a frame, period. So the reply will come to my email and the changes will be in your paper. You hit reply, boom, and you're moving to the next one. Here I'm going to click on this. It's going to highlight this. It says was had. This is clearly just a typo. So in your comment it tells you that I deleted was, and I'm going to say whereas in Rome almost everyone had citizenship. The next thing that you're going to need to be aware of is that you should be careful here. There were 4 million citizens with a population of 45 million in Rome. This is a common problem amongst a lot of essays. So what you need to understand here is that citizenship in Rome was extended to more people, obviously. There are 40,000 citizens in Greece. There are around 4 million citizens in Rome. The sizes are obviously very, very different. So when you're looking at the population ratios, I'm not sure that the ratio is a whole lot different. What you do see is more diversity of citizens in Rome than you see in Athens. Only Athenian males were citizens, whereas in Rome there's more diversity. So that's a point of a clarification there that everybody needs. Obviously you can leave it as is, and you just need to say I see that was needs to be removed. Boom. And you go up in your paper and you're going to remove was, click reply. Okay. As we're continuing on, clicking on the next comment. Not sure you need to expand your intro in this manner. Commas work well. That way your reader can clearly see your reasons. So what this writer did is the first reason why their claim. So when we talk about our claim, what we want to do is it was a better to be a citizen in the Roman Republic for 3 reasons. And instead of saying the first reason, just put it was better to be a citizen in the Roman Republic because, say the reason, and then go comma, say the next reason, comma, and say the last reason. The first reason, the second reason, and the third reason, these are basic transitions, which is good. These are transitions that you're using in your paragraph, but it's bad because it distracts the reader from what you're actually getting at. You want your point to be as clear and concise as possible. A good friend of mine once said, brevity is the soul of wit. Click on the next thing. When you look at citations in succession, you only need the paragraph number. And the problem with this is that you put it at the end of your claim. When it's your information, it shouldn't be sourced to the background essay. Your thoughts, your new thoughts on this subject matter are your thoughts, and they should be cited as such. One of the things I want to show you here is that not all comments are negative. This is a nice argument and transition, so let's take a look at it. It is likely that they did this so that people weren't, obviously we want to get rid of any contractions, we're not completely cut off from the rest of the empire. If you remove this, citizenship in Rome was better than Athens because of how new people were treated after they were conquered instead of just being slaves and having no rights. So what you're doing here is you're explaining, okay, and you're making your argument. So Rome was better than Athens. That is your argument. And then you're explaining further why Rome was better than Athens, okay, because of how new people were treated after they were conquered instead of just being slaves and having no rights. Another reason that it was better, it being Rome, to be a citizen in Rome rather than Athens was that while citizens worked and did their parts, the government worked along with them. So what you're saying here is you're talking about the government. Then you go down to the third reason that it was better to be a citizen in Rome was that while you were doing your part, the government was working along with you. Notice, government, government. Great transition, great argument. You have to say Rome was better at the end of each of these paragraphs if that's what you believe. Your job on Friday is to be going in, clicking on these comments, and then resolving the comments. You will have, if you have any questions, they should be submitted to the discussion board. You should also be aware that you are going to need to post to the discussion before class that you have actually watched this video and you either understand the directions or you have questions about them. So thank you for watching, and good luck to you on Friday.